Cincinnati is blessed with grand performing spaces like Music Hall or the Aronoff Theater. It's equally rich in more intimate spaces, and today we're in one of the most intimate and wonderful, the No Theater in Over the Rhine. It's a home for contemporary art and artists, and I can think of no better place to speak with two dear friends in the Cincinnati arts community than in the main theater of the No. Today we're speaking with Kim Popa, one of the co-founders of the Pones Dance Troupe, and one of her principal dancers, Ian Foskren. All right, I have to ask Kim, the name. Where'd you come up with the name?
So Pones is my last name, Popa, and the co-founder's last name, Jones, and we smushed them together to make Pones. So it's a nonsense word. It means nothing.
But now it identifies you very, very clearly. So when you were thinking up the idea of this company in 2007 and inaugurating yourselves in 2008, did you have a mission from the very start, or did what you have become evolve?
Well, definitely what we became, or have become, is an evolution of the original idea, but the idea came from dance that could be a little bit more than performative. So we studied in school together. Lindsay and I were both getting our BFAs in dance, and we had studied about theater for social change, Augusto Boal and the Theater of the People, Theater of the Oppressed, and that really was exciting to us. That resonated with us. But nobody that we could find was really doing that in the dance world, at least not currently. So we both had our plans to do kind of the normal thing you do when you get your BFA, to go audition for companies. And then we took a step back and thought, maybe we could do this. We could create a company that is social change focused, and that will be our own. And then that mission is still at the core, but now it's branched out into various programming.
So it's sort of like a dance version of guerrilla theater. In other words, it's something that is purposefully designed to be in the community in non-traditional performing spaces, like the street,
Correct.
Or in a grocery store, or in schools, or in someone's front yard, or you name it. So how did the idea of taking it into the community come to be? Because you could have decided you were going to be a dance company that was connected to the community, but you wanted a space. Instead, you decided the entire city of Cincinnati is your space. How did that come about? And how did you achieve it?
Sure. It was one of the primary initiatives as well, was to do site-specific work. It seemed disingenuous to do something called Theater of the People, but then only have certain people who could be your audiences. So if we were going to create shows about a social issue, then we wanted the people we were creating the show about to be able to come and see that show. If we wanted to kind of democratize dance specifically, then we had to make it affordable, free, right, which our programming often is, to eliminate that socioeconomic barrier or any other sort of, I hate to say elitism, but often there is a perceived elitism, I guess I should say, to art and fine art. So I think that was one of the reasons why outside space almost became a necessity.
Ian, as a dancer, you dance in very many environments. You dance in very formal situations. I've seen you on a stage in a costume, as I often see dancers. And I would imagine there's one audience reaction you're feeling in a proscenium stage in a traditional space. There must be a completely different vibe for you as a performer when you're dancing out of doors in amongst your audience. What's that like?
It feels more personal. Whenever we are out in the community and we're dancing in a public space, oftentimes I'll know the people that are coming. It'll be friends, it'll be neighbors, there'll also be plenty of strangers. And that's the great thing about it too, is I feel like it just naturally builds a new community for me to get to know. And as I said, it's personal, so I don't feel as much as I'm performing, but I'm actually sharing something with a group of people.
Ian, as a dancer, do you approach this kind of work differently than more formal indoor choreographed dancing with a ballet master and all of that? What's different about doing it this way?
What's mostly different about it is the creation process. And so we tend to really, when we're doing Pone's work, we tend to work from the ground up. You know, there's an idea that somebody has, and then we talk, and then it sparks something else. And then, so it's really, it's not like pre-choreographed. I'm not already thinking about steps or movement quite yet because we're just starting with an idea. And so typically when I'm doing any sort of theatrical performance or dance performance that's going to be on a stage, it's usually already choreographed, or there's already a script, there's already a story. And so, you know, what's wonderful about me working with Pones is that I feel like I get an opportunity to really be a part of creating something that is 100% original each time.
It's wonderful to live in a city also where art is on such a wide spectrum, because you have the traditional representational arts, which are very valuable: symphony, opera, as it were, theater, ballet, the professional theaters, like the one we're sitting in right now. But all of those organizations seem to also want to have an element of what they do for social justice. And you guys are terrific because that's all you do. That's your raison d'etre. And we are very lucky in Cincinnati to have a group like Pones and creative artists like yourselves to help make our city a great place to live. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.